We are going to look at factorizing general quadratic trinomials in this video. General quadratic expressions are of the form ax squared plus bx plus c, where a cannot be equal to 0, and when a is not equal to 1, it is called non-monic quadratic trinomial. Example 1. Factorize 3x squared plus 8x plus 4. Now this is a little bit different from the previous video. There are different methods to factorize non-monic quadratic trinomial. In this video, I'm only going to cover the method of splitting the middle term. So in this case, the product is the product of a and c. So here a is 3 and c is 4. So the product is 3 times 4, which is 12. And the sum is this as b. So sum is 8. Now, product of 6 and 2 gives you 12. When added together, it gives you 8. So split the middle term 8x as 6x plus 2x plus 4. Now, group in pairs and take common. So common from the first two terms is 3x, and we are left with x plus 2. Common from the last two terms is 2, and again we are left with x plus 2. You need to make sure you should get same expression in after taking common from these four terms. So now the common factor is x plus 2, and we are left with 3x plus 2. Example 2, factorize 2x squared minus 5x minus 12. So the product is a times c. So a is 2, c is negative 12. That gives you negative 24. Sum is b, which is negative 5. So when you multiply negative 8 with 3, you get negative 24. When added together, it gives you negative 5. So split the middle term as negative 8x plus 3x minus 12. Take common from the first two terms, which is 2x. That gives you x minus 4. Take common from the last two terms, 3. That also gives you x minus 4. So you need to make sure you should have same expression. So now common factor is x minus 4, and we are left with 2x plus 3. Example 3. 12 minus 7x minus 10x squared. Now first you write in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c. So if I write in that form, it's negative 10x squared minus 7x plus 12. Product is a times c, which is negative 10 times 12, which is negative 120. Sum is b, which is negative 7. Now, negative 15 times 8 gives you negative 120, and when added together, that gives you negative 7. So minus 10x squared, split negative 7 as minus 15x plus 8x plus 12. Take common from the first two terms, which is negative 5x, and we are left with 2x plus 3 inside the parenthesis. Then we have 4 common, and again you are left with 2x plus 3 inside the parenthesis. So now the common factor is 2x plus 3, and we are left with minus 5x plus 4. I could write this as 2x plus 3, 4 minus 5x, or I could even take minus sign common from the second parenthesis. That gives you 2x plus 3, 5x minus 4. Example 4, 5x squared minus 34xy minus 7y squared. Now here we have two variables, x and y. You can treat this as quadratic trinomial either in terms of x or in terms of y. So if I treat this as quadratic trinomial in terms of x, then the product is 5 times negative 7y square, negative 35y square. Sum is negative 34y. So now the product of negative 35y and y gives you negative 35y square. When added together, that gives you negative 34y. So split the middle term, negative 35y and x. So if I write this in, so it's negative 34y, sorry, negative 35y x plus y x minus 7y squared. Now the common from the first two terms is 5x. That gives you x minus 7y. And here common from the last two terms is y. That gives you x minus 7y. So now the common factor is x minus 7y. And we are left with 5x plus y. Example 5. Factorize 6x squared plus 30x minus 36. Now if I look at here, a is 6 and c is minus 36. So product could be 6 times minus 36. However, whenever you are factorizing, your first line of action should be, is there anything common from all the terms? So in this case, we have 6 common from all these three terms. So you take 6 out, that gives you x squared plus 5x minus 6. So now this is monic quadratic trinomial inside the parenthesis, and it's simple to factorize. So product minus 6, sum 5, and when you multiply 6 with negative 1, that gives you negative 6. And when you add together, you get 5. So that's one step process. So 6 times x plus 6 and x minus 1.